Hello and welcome everyone to a new podcast for a new tournament. We did a little bit of discussion previously about some of the teams involved, but we're going to be doing the live draw tonight, some matchup discussion, and a few other topics. We have who will be acting as host here, Evolution,
Hello, guys.
and then myself, who will be the guest and doing some of the other things here in the background. And then we also have us going with Murder Mastodon,
Hello.
also involved in creating the tournament. Evolution and Murder Mastodon are hosting this one together. And we also have as an additional guest, it's Orange Baby with us tonight.
Forgive master.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us here and being all together and having some fun for this. I will go ahead and turn it over to Evolution to get us started.
So what's going on, everybody? We're going to try and make this pretty brief. Some of us are having a pretty rough day. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the new teams since our last podcast. Last time, if you recall, or you happen to watch it, we left off with Gotrix and Bregan. We were at 9 teams at that point in time. Now we're at 15, which is we have one odd team, so we're going to be doing buys this round. We'll discuss that more later. As of right now, the first team that we have on our new list is Mofo I'm a Pro and Sentinel 789, followed by Silent 79 and Hextech Hero, Daffy Duck and Wardog Akuma, Esper 51 and Shadow Shield, Mirage and Darcia, and Doom and OG Kuma. We're going to start off with Mofo I'm a Pro and Sentinel 789. Murder, if you want to get your input on them.
Yeah, so this is a mysterious team. I don't think anyone just really heard about them until they registered for the tournament. I got to play with Mofo yesterday, and he plays as a jumper. Not really too much to say about him. I wasn't sure, but I think he only had one arsenal. Because no matter what the level, he was still throwing Psycho Spears. But yeah, he definitely knows how to play. He's not a noob at all. He knows how to maneuver around the maps. He knows how to attack. He's very aggressive. I know nothing about Sentinel. I haven't played him before, or I've never seen him online, so I don't know what their dynamic is going to be like. But from if he's anything like Mofo, I think they're going to be a decent team that's going to catch people off guard.
Awesome. Orange, you got anything you'd like to say about these two?
I've never played with any of them, but usually if you have no knowledge of a player, you really don't know what to bring against them. So, they
Yeah,
got
that's a good point.
So you
I'm
would
the
say
same
it's
with
kind of
that.
like playing against yourself at any given time.
Never know what to bring with Orange. I don't even think Orange knows what he's bringing.
only 50% of the time. Only 50% of the time.
Bregan, what about you? Have you had any interaction with them whatsoever?
Never seen them.
Same here. I have nothing, so I'm coming in blind on this one. All right, our next team is Silent 79 and Hextech Hero. I play with Silent quite frequently. He's kind of hard on some of his ways, but he knows what he's doing. He makes good pickups. Hextech is one of our newer players that is really trying to play with as many top players as he can to, get better. I've watched him go, from bottom of the tier to he's playing really good lately. I'm hoping to see this team make it pretty far in this tournament, if not all the way. And how about you, Orange? What you got on these two?
I actually never played with Hextech Hero, but I've been playing with Silent for years, so he's a pretty consistent player. Depending on how Hextech's play, that might be a solid team.
Nice.
See you in
What
the
about you,
tournament.
Bregan?
I might have the wrong hero. I know Hero of Time was big on 1v1. I thought Hextech Hero was a 1v1 player for a while,
Nah,
too.
Hextech is a
Negative.
tag player.
Okay. I guess I don't know him as well as I thought then. I play with Silent forever. Yeah, he does tend to find trends that he runs with. He can be a little hard-headed. He has a couple of skills he really enjoys, and he tries to make them work. And sometimes they do. Sometimes he gets people off guard. He has a kind of an alternative play style to what some others like to run. And sometimes it works out for him, and it'll catch people off guard. He's a pretty solid player all around. He had a top 5 finish with Gotrix in the first tag tournament that they played in together, and taking some big wins off of big names in that tournament as well. I think they went 2-3 versus Xanxus and Zexus in that tournament. Almost picked up a series win there. Very impressive team. So Silent with a new partner could be interesting to watch.
Murder, what do you think? I know you have a lot to say about your best buddy Silent.
I mean, Silent, he knows how to play. He has some odd arsenal choices, but at the end of the day, he plays what you like, and it works for him. Hextech I've been playing with a lot recently. He has such a good attitude about the game, and really wanting to get better. And I've seen him improve over the last few weeks since he signed up for the tournament. So I'm excited to see if he can keep that up. He needs to nail down some little things here and there. His arsenal building is pretty solid. It's his in-game decisions. The in-game decisions. That's something we all need to work on when it comes to the game, of course. But yeah, once he nails that down, I think he'll be a solid player. Them as a team, I'm kind of interested to see how that'll work, because I feel it's a little mismatched. Not in terms of skill level at all. I mean in terms of play style. They both are kind of more sit back, a little slow to get ready. So I'm interested if they can make it work in the tournament. I hope they do.
Nice. So our next team is Daffy Duck and War Dog Akuma. I'd like to note that this is our first and only assigned team. I got these two together. It's worth noting that I'm a veteran at assigning players. Last tournament, I hooked up SC War Machine and First Ska Boss, and if I'm not mistaken, they had a top 6 place finish. Is that right, Bregan? Top 6?
For Ska Boss and War Machine?
Yes.
Yeah, Ska Boss and War Machine were top 6.
Awesome. So I'm hoping to see the same, if not better, out of Daffy and War Dog. Daffy I play with on a regular basis. I've been playing with him since him and Filthy were teaming up. I've been playing with him since him and Sandal were teaming up. I know that, but my point was I assigned these two together.
Got it.
Yes. I brought them together in a communion. So, Daffy, he's always been one of my favorite players to play with. He's got a great attitude about the game. He's constantly improving. Murder knows a lot about him. He took a loss by Daffy and his former teammate, Filthy Knigget. War Dog is a super aggro player, probably one of the most in the game, in my opinion. He don't care if he has shield, no shield, 2 aura, 10 aura. He's coming after you with a Fire Gehenna and some strength amplifiers on it. So this team's going to be interesting. Daffy, in my opinion, has always been a support player. He likes to take little ping hits when he can, and War Dog with his nasty aggression, they should make a pretty good team. I'm excited to see these two. Bregan, let's start with you.
Well, Daffy and War Dog, I think, are going to be an interesting team. They're both very aggressive players that have been kind of on an upward trend in the past couple of months. We saw War Dog get better and better. I played with him a couple of weeks back on my team, and we did quite good. I think it was actually midway through the last tournament. We did quite good with him on my team versus I don't even remember who it was, but it was like versus Xanxus or somebody like that. We were picking up wins against top teams. He's a player that I would say is on an upward trend, as well as Daffy has gotten better and better each subsequent tournament that he's entered. He's been a better participant. They're both very aggressive players. Daffy more so from afar, and War Dog from medium and short range. And I think that playstyle-wise, they will mesh very well.
Okay, awesome. Murder.
I was going to say the same thing that Bregan said. Daffy, they both are very aggressive, obviously, like you guys stated. But Daffy's, a little further back with the aggression, while War Dog is up in your face, shooting Fire Gehennas, while Daffy's really likes the optic school, so shooting blasters, which have that really odd range of exactly 3,000, and lasers. So I think combined they're going to be a nasty team. I don't know if they have played together before, but I definitely see them having good synergy just naturally, just because of their play styles. So I'm excited to see what they do.
Awesome.
Their team name should be the War Duck. Is what it is. The War
Someone
Duck.
said Daffy Dog earlier. I thought that was funny. But I
Daffy
like War
Dog. You know what? I changed my. I like that.
Daffy Dog.
Daffy
Okay.
Dog.
I like that.
I
What
like
about
that.
you, Orange? What you got to say about these two?
Pretty similar. With Team Daffy Dog, you got two aggressive players, different types of aggression. I've been playing a lot of Battle Royale with Daffy, so, he's always going to be the first person to, pick up my environments and attack me, typically. Um, Outside of that, War Dog, I haven't really played with him too much, but from what I remember, it's kind of like Bregan said, Fire Hannah's whole lot of swords, ice swords, lightning swords, stuff like that. So put those two things together, could be a pretty good little team.
Nice.
Yeah, for
Our
sure.
next one is Esper 51 and Shadow Shield. This team's interesting. They're both very fluid in their movements. It's very hard to hit both of them with swords.
Because they're
Uh,
lagging around.
this is Team Lag Out.
Shade.
This is Team Oops, I Lagged Again. um, Esper, he's my buddy, man. I give him so much hell, but he really is my buddy. I got a lot to say about him. I'm going to keep a lot of it to myself. Good and bad. I've watched him. Him and I entered the first tag tournament together, and we didn't do so good. In fact, our only notable match we had was against Xenxus and Zexus. We were up 2-0 on him. We ended up dropping the ball and losing. But
And every other match after.
And every other match after. I've seen him evolve his style, no pun intended, from being solely 1v1, not even caring that he has a partner downed on the battlefield, to he's making solid pickups, solid movements, making synergized attacks. Everything. I can't say much bad about him. Partially because he's a solid player, the other half because I don't want his mom to hear this and him not be allowed to play with me no more. Shadow Shield. I almost teamed up with him as well in the last tag tournament, and he's got a very diverse play style that is difficult to.
I think diverse is not the word I would use. I would say
yeah,
different,
about
but
to
not
say.
diverse.
Yeah, I think you used that word wrong.
Maybe.
I do not think this
Well,
means what you think it means.
Yeah.
the point is,
Psychoburst ain't diverse.
a-holes. It's difficult to build an arsenal around someone who solely plays just like that, and to still be effective in damage output, I think. It's an interesting team. They both have solid movement, solid mechanics, very mechanical players. So I am excited to see what they do with it. I don't care who takes next. Somebody speak up.
Yeah, so I think one thing interesting about the team, I think they're going to be stepping on each other's toes a lot because they are both ultra aggressive, but at the same time, they both are really close in aggressive. So I can see them, unless they get the coordination down, which I hope they do, accidentally getting some hits in on each other, not coordinating attacks well, and stuff like that. I like what you said, though, about Esper. He used to be solely a 1v1 player, and it was showed when he played tag that he was still a 1v1 player, but as he's progressing, his game's got a lot better in tag. Still, obviously, in my opinion, one of the best jumpers in the game, but it's a lot different 1v1 in tag, and now he brings a tag game to it. Shadow Shield also both these guys are very difficult to hit for jumpers, which is odd. But yeah, they're pretty much versing a dual cartwheeler team because they're so good at dodging. And Shadow Shield is a very good player as well, so I think this team's going to go far.
I mean, I think it'll be an interesting team overall for a lot of the same reasons everybody else said. They're both very good mechanical players. But I would echo what you said there. They're both mechanical melee players, and I find that synergy's just not enough. Like, it doesn't matter how much of the time. Like, just fighting in the melee together at the same time is just dangerous. Whether it's on Panorama or any map, And I do worry about that because, I've thought about playing with Shadow Shield myself. I remember I talked with Guinan when Guinan actually did a test run with Shadow Shield. He ended up playing with Math instead. But, like, the big thing is that you really have to change your playstyle with Shadow Shield because he's not super flexible when it comes to playstyles. He wants to do his one thing, and he can do that effectively. But if you want to
Yeah.
play with him, I feel like you got to pick up a new playstyle. You got to pick up the dazzle. You got to find ways to set him up and enable him because he can get the big hits in for you, but you've got to set him up for it too. But if you're in there just running melee yourself, I feel like you're going to be doing almost as much harm for your team as good. So
Yeah, exactly.
if Esper can show a new side to his playstyle and find how to play with Shadow Shield, they could be a very effective team. If they both just get in there and play what they play, I don't think they'll be as scary as the names might imply.
Yeah, good point.
Real quick. I'm wondering if we're going to see a revert on Esper going back to his. I mean, he's always done the ice sword up close thing, but I'm wondering if we're going to see more blazing bullet and slide and twist lasers out of him.
I mean, I played with him a few weeks ago, and yeah, he was bringing that kind of stuff. But still, I know he really likes some swords. So,
Yeah.
Orange, what's your thoughts?
Just piggyback on everybody else. Esper, good mechanical player. Love his ice sword. Love his ice sword a whole lot. I haven't actually played with Shadow too much, but for what it sounds like, he's pretty much a run trick pony. But add a little decoy, add a little dazzle. That might actually be a hard little combination to stop.
yeah.
All right. Our last two teams. First one is Mirage and Darcia. We've seen this team before. They had some very close matches. Some, fist clenching, edge of your seat. Thought that was going to go one way and it went another. I mean, they had a pretty decent run. I can't remember what place they finished in the last one.
They're at least top 8.
Yeah. But we got another team coming in here that already has previous playtime together, so that's always a positive. I haven't seen either of them online in a long time, so I'm hoping that's not a factor. That seems to be a issue with a lot of our players on our list, is a lot of them are semi-retired, it seems. And there's still some big names here that play every day, so I try to keep telling players, you got to get the time in. But I think Mirage and Darcia are going to, put on a show again. Mirage is a big fan of the bundled blaster, and Darcia, if I remember, likes his big hit swords. Vacuum. I'm not quite sure. I don't want to say something that's not true, but I think I remember something like a lot of Miramasas and vacuum slashes. And if that's the case, stuff like that can be very effective if you're, coordinating your hits and attacks right. I'm excited to see what this team does as well. Orange, go ahead.
It seems like that's the first team we actually brought up that actually played in the past 2 or 3 tournaments together.
The other teams we announced in the last tournament. Or in the last podcast, excuse me.
Okay, my bad. But yeah, just having another team with some pretty good synergy is always good to have. Mirage played with him for a couple of years now. He's a pretty good player. Haven't really played with him too much in tag. I usually just play Battle Royale against him. But he's a nice little range player. Darcia, haven't played with him too much. I think me and him got conflicted schedules or something. But just having a good team together should just bring about a nice little pair, nice little finish in the tournament as well.
Gotcha. Bregan.
Solid team in the last tournament. They gave me a rough set, even with some heavy erase. I think people forget that that team was definitely known for hanging and very, very brutal erase tactics. So if you're not ready,
Right, that was a team.
yeah, if you're not ready for it, they can pick up wins. They were a team nobody expected to make top 8 last round, and they solidly made it. Like, there was absolutely no question. They had 3-0 victories. I think they went like 4 weeks before they took their first loss. Very, very solid team. Could make another deep run right here. There's absolutely no question about it. They've got the chops to get there.
Nice. Murder.
Yeah, I don't have too much to say about him because I haven't played with him in a long time. I guess I'll just piggyback off what you said earlier, where I hope they can shake off the rust and put on some good showing in the tournament. And like Bregan said, they do have a diverse and different play style than a lot of the other teams. So I think also their synergy from previous tournaments that they've had. So even though they don't put in the time as much anymore, I'm still interested to see what they do just because of what they're at the table.
Nice. So our final team, and I believe they signed up 4 minutes before the closing. Doom and OG Kuma. OG Kuma being my tag partner on a regular basis when I'm not, this tournament being a schedule issue, but I know him very well. Super awesome guy to play with. Phenomenal tag team. He can work with anything. He makes the right moves. If you're about low health, he's going to make his way towards you. If he's low health, he's right where he needs to be. Solid player, always ready for a quick hit when he needs to. And I got to play against Doom and OG Kuma with Xenxus a couple weeks ago. I know that a video was shared on us getting gravity pressed. Worth noting, y'all could have sent the rest of the video because we did manage to win it for all you some bitches out there that thought we got wrecked. Doom, what can I say about the guy? He's super aggro, knows this game in and out, knows what each move does, where he has to be to get the best tracking. And with a player like OG Kuma on his team, they're going to go extremely far, if not win it. This team is definitely something to be afraid of, so y'all take notes. Mark my words, this team is going to wreck house. Murder, you want to take off from there?
Yeah, so I think combined this is going to be a very good team because OG is a very good support player. He's very good at following, I don't mean that derogatorily, but following instructions to set up attacks and stuff like that. So I think he's going to be a good backup to Doom's aggression. I just hope Doom can, because Doom is not known for being a big talker during games. You kind of just have to follow.
He's going to have to learn how to do it on himself. He can't follow because Doom doesn't tell you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Yep. He's going to have to learn to see how Doom moves.
That's always the biggest part of playing with Doom is you have to know what Doom wants you to do.
Yeah.
If you can intuitively respond to what he wants to do, you'll go far. If you can't figure it out, if you can't get proactive and you can't start anticipating what he wants, the communication will break down and you're going to have problems.
Exactly. But if they're able to get that, I think they're going to be a good team. Yeah, Doom, obviously an amazing player. OG, very good player who's only getting better. So I think they're going to do well.
Bregan, you seem to have a lot to say on this. I want to hear the rest.
On those two, I mean, that's mainly what I had to say. Like, I think OG Kuma is a solid player. He impressed me the last time I played with him. I think we played versus Xenxus and Zexus, and we went like 4-0, and I was getting off for the night, and I figured, I'd just call it there on a high note. But we won all 4 games we played against him, so, he was holding up his own well enough that I wasn't quite 1v2 against him there. So he was doing good. He's on an upward trend. If he can get that intuition, because he did it kind of with me because we weren't talking that much. If he can take that same kind of intuition and, interpret what Doom wants, and they get some synergy, they could be just another top team in here. I would give them just as much of an even chance of winning as any other team on this bracket right now, if not higher. I'd put them like top 3, top 4 if OG can begin to intuitively anticipate what Doom wants him to do.
It's worth noting, since I play with OG on a regular basis, he's not much of a talker either. I don't want to say unless he likes you, but I think it boils down to that. Unless you guys got some time together, he's not really the type that likes to really talk a whole lot. So, he's gotten accustomed to playing like that. So I feel like it could only be a benefit with Doom.
We're going to have to agree to disagree there.
Could be a fun team.
Orange.
From what I've played with OG Kuma, if I'm not the easiest partner to play with, some of you might agree with that. And usually you have no problem, playing alongside, my crazy wacky arsenal. So playing with Doom, I really don't think he's going to have any problem. especially
Well,
when it's not too much.
OG plays very vanilla. Yeah, there's not a lot of craziness to him, so it meshes very well with pretty much whatever you bring.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. Well,
Okay.
let's. I think we ought to hit to the next one. We've waxed quite
I
long
agree.
on these teams.
Team to win it, sleeper team, which is your dark horse, and your crash and burn team. Murder, go. Who's your team to win?
Team to win, Ebony and Kanye.
Who's your dark horse? Or your
Dark
sleeper that people
horse.
aren't going to be expecting?
Let me look. Hold on. People aren't going to be expecting, huh? Daffy Duck and Akuma. So.
And who's
Daffy
your crash and
Dogs.
burn that you think is just going to fall
Crash and
apart?
burn. I'm going to say Esper and Shadow Shield.
Bregan, go. Team to win it all.
Zexus and Sardonic.
Sleeper team, who do you think's no one's expecting?
I would have also said Daffy and Wardog, but I guess for flavor's sake, poor choices in Mario. We've talked about him before. They've had a lot of top 6, top 5 finishes together already. Nobody's really talking about them as a favorite to win, but they've already got that established synergy. They put in a little bit of time. You know, there is no team in here that has like 2 big hitters really on the same team, because we forcibly separated that, and that existing synergy between 2, relatively top tier players could be what it takes, to take down any of those other teams.
Who's your crash and burn team to fall apart?
Crash and burn.
Yep.
I'm gonna say J and Math.
Okay. Orange team to win it all.
Team to win it, I'm actually going to go with J and Math just to be a little different.
All right. Who's your dark horse?
Dark horse, I'm actually just going to go with the team I have no knowledge about, so Mofo is Sentinel.
All right. And crash and burn, who's going to fall apart?
I'm actually going to say myself is Snow Rise.
Okay. All right. My team to win it all has changed. It was Kanye and Ebony, but Doom and Ojikuma, man, I've already played them. I know what they're capable of. My sleeper team, my dark horse, I am going to go with, I was going to say Daffy and Wardog, but I want to be different. So I am going to go with
Faith in the Daffy Dogs.
Sardonic and Zexus. They are our scrim partners right now, as of right now. And my crash and burn is going to be Silent and Hextech. No offense, but I know how Silent gets in that anger. Make it fall apart. All right, the finals, and what we've all been waiting for. Metaphorical drum roll, please. And Bregan, if you want to get started on the matchups, who will be first round matches?
If you guys want to see it as it's going on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste all the names over into this thing. So if you pull up the stream, you'll be able to see the stream. I'm going to hit randomize, and then I will put them together with like verses, and I've got a little thing here. It'll read out loud what the matchups are. So you can pull up the stream yourselves if you want to see it. If not, I'll copy and paste it into the chat.
Please do that. Both, really. But go ahead.
All right. You can talk if you want, but I'm going to be busy for a moment.
Okay. No
So
problem.
I'm trying to get the Twitch open.
I'm doing the same.
Make me watch an ad. All right, before he starts that, name a matchup you want to see Evolution for this first round bracket.
I want to see Zexus and Sardonic versus Ebony and Kanye. They got a little heat going on between them right now.
Is there now? See, I don't.
I will be happy to go into detail on it. So, it all starts off with the 1v1 tournament. Ebony beat Zexus. That to me is this is some payback time, I think. And then to escalate it a little further, Kanye, in Zexus's eyes, disrespected him a little bit by calling him by his first name, which he did not appreciate, I guess, in a room. I'm not sure the details on it, but the man didn't want to be called by his first name in front of people, and it happened. So there's a little heat between them right now, and I am excited to see.
Plus, Kanye just likes to piss people off, so.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm going to go
I'm
ahead and play it here in just a moment, and I sent it in the chat.
All right.
Silent 79 and Hextech Hero vs Daffy Duck and War Dog Akuma. Ajakuma and Idumst 4YI
Before you hit
vs
start, let's
Gotrix
get
and
everyone's
Bregan
real
123.
Match
2
you're excited to
Xanxus
see.
2 and LV Evolution
Murder, go ahead.
VL vs M1 Rage and Dark.
Huh?
You're really just going to talk over it? Cool.
No, just pause it for a
Well, then
second.
shut
We
the
already
hell
started
up.
this. Oh. Oh my
Silent
God, we'll
79
continue
and
I can't. It just plays it automatically. Just stop talking.
Silent 79 and Hextech Hero vs Daffy Duck and War Dog Akuma. Ajakuma and Idumst 4YI vs Gotrix and Bregan 123. 2 Xanxus 2 and LV Evolution VL vs M1 Rage and Darsha. J19000 and Mr. Math 101 vs I'm Kanye West and Ebony Scarface. Mafoy Mapro and Sentinel 789 vs It's Orange Baby and Snow Rise. Some Poor Choices and Kamikaze Mario vs 2 Xexus 2 and Sardonic Jester. Wipes Forward and the First Ska Boss vs Esper 51 and Shadow Shield. SC War Machine 21 and Murder Mastodon.
All right. Now it is done. So, did everybody get the list there? Does everybody see it?
We do have the list.
So either in the podcast or either in the stream or in the chat.
Yeah.
All right, let's make this brief if we can. Let's right off the rip continue what Murder said. Murder, who is your favorite matchup or that you want to see? Murder. Murder here? Anyone else hear Murder?
I don't hear him at the moment. Oh, he just joined back up.
All right, Murder, real quick, make this fast. Who is your team matchup that you want to see the most?
Jay and Math versus Xexus and Sardonic Jester. Just because I think it'd be a fun match to watch.
Bregan, who do you want to see the most?
I want to see OG and Doom versus Xanxus and you.
Okay. That should be interesting. Orange, who do you want to see the most?
Same one. OG and Doom versus Junction.
All right, awesome. So we have the list out of the first round matchups. The first one we have is Silent 79 and Hextech Hero versus Daffy Duck and War Dog Akuma. I want to get and we're going to make this brief, guys. I want to get everybody's who's going to win and why. Real fast. Go ahead, Bregan.
I think Daffy and War Dog have the better starting level, so that they are, I think they're both better players at the start. Both of these are going to be new teams. I think they're going to have better natural synergy, and so I think they will have a distinct advantage there.
Okay, Murder, go.
I'm going to go with, like I said, like Bregan said, Daffy. Just and their synergy's already going to be there, while Silent and Hextech are going to have to work at it. So this first round, I'm going to give it to War Dog and Daffy.
Awesome. Orange, go ahead. Silent.
I'm giving it to Silent and Hextech. I feel like that chemistry that you feel like War Dog and Daffy's going to have on Palace, that won't really work out too well. Silent's going to take that, and then they're just going to take two of the next three matches.
Awesome. I'm going to also go with Daffy and War Dog. Same exact reasons as Bregan and Murder. Next one we have is OG Kuma and Doomsday versus Gotrix and Bregan. This is a tough one. What do you think, Murder?
OG Kuma and Doomsday versus Gotrix and Bregan. I'm going to give it to OG and Doom. Sorry, Bregan. Just mainly because Gotrix hasn't been playing in a long time.
Salt. It's just pouring out.
Yeah, Gotrix hasn't been playing in a long time, and last time he played, it wasn't the best showing, so I'm going to give it to OG and Doom.
All right, Orange.
I'm also going with OG and Doom on that, also for the same reason as well. Somebody's a little rusty. You can see how that pays off.
All right. Before I make mine, I want to let it be known. It is worth note that Bregan did beat Doom the last time they played. However,
Last
OG
two
is my
times.
partner. Sorry, last 2 times. However, OG is my partner, so I'm a little biased, and Doom is Doom. So I'm going to lean slightly towards OG and Doom.
Man, I can't wait to dick on all y'all.
Next team, it wasn't personal for me.
No faith.
Next team, Xanxus and myself versus Mirage and Darcia. Bregan, go.
Well, Mirage and Darcia are pretty awesome players, and Evolution's on the other team. So Mirage and Darcia are going to take this.
Okay. Murder, go. You're breaking
Thanks,
up, buddy.
an evolution. How about now?
Much better.
You good?
All right, have to stop moving my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Xanxus and Evolution. You guys put in more time, and probably one of the best teams on there. So, all right, and Darcy, sorry, it's not gonna look pretty for you guys.
Orange, go.
I'm actually going to go with Mirage and Darcy as well. They've been known to cause a couple of upsets, so I can see that happening in the first round.
Sweet. All right, next team, Jay and Math versus Kanye and Ebony. I'll go first. I'm going to give it to Kanye and Ebony over Team Too Smooth just because I played this team more than any other team, and they're a threat. Definitely. So, Bregan.
I don't think Jay and Math are really going to find the synergy, and I think Kanye and Ebony already have plenty of it, so I think Kanye and Ebony are going to take it over Jay and Math.
Murder.
Yeah, I play Kanye and Ebony all the time, and they're probably going to take it because they put in more time. They have some tricks up their sleeves, while Jay and Math play pretty straightforward. So I'm going to give it to them.
Orange.
I'm going to go with Jay and Math. Got to go with the underdog pick on this one.
Okay. Reason why?
Because being overprepared ain't always the best thing. Sometimes if you're overprepared, you're going to try things a little too tricky, a little too out of your character. Get a little too cute, end up losing a couple matches.
All right. Next team is Mofo. I'm a pro, and Sentinel versus Orange Baby and Snow Rise. This is actually one of my favorite matchups just because I think it might be the most even. But because of the unknown factor, I'm giving it to Orange and Snow Rise. Murder.
I'm going to give it to Sentinel. From what I've seen of Mofo, I think he'll.
All right, so you're going with Mofo and Sentinel. Bregan.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me, I was muted. I'm going to go with Orange Baby and Snow Rise. I think Orange Baby, as much as we like to meme and joke about him, is a pretty solid player who has good positioning, and he properly understands how to apply pressure. So he may have wacky arsenals, he may not always be the best teammate, but he does know how to put pressure and how to take a team down. And I think that's going to be enough to take down Sentinel and I'm a Pro with Snow Rise backing him up.
Nice. Our next one, Choices and Mario versus Xexus and Sardonic. Bregan, go.
Back to back. Choices and Mario versus Xexus and Sardonic. You know, I haven't seen Choices and Mario on as much as I'd like to really give them the edge here, but they're my dark horse team versus my favorite team. So I think it could be a very interesting matchup, and it's going to show, at least for me, which team is going to be favored to win it. If Choices and Mario are finally able to pull off a victory here against a top-tier player with, you know, another decent player alongside him, then I might mark them as favorites for the tournament for myself. But if Xexus and Sardonic take it, which I'm going to predict, I'm going to predict them because I think they're my favorite to win, then I would still mark them as the favorite for the tournament. But I think this right here is going to be a very telling match for me, who's going to be the top team heading into this tournament. Excuse me, into this tournament.
Orange.
I'm actually going to go with Choices and Mario on this one. I haven't been on too much, so I'm not sure who's actually been on quite as often, but we got 4 pretty good players in there, so that can happening. So that's the 5 scenario happening. 3-2 matchup. Giving us choices.
Okay. Murder.
I'm gonna go choices of Mario as well. I don't have him pinning in much time. I think hopefully they put in a little bit before the match and get some of that synergy they had, and I think they'll be able to beat Dixis and Jester.
All right. I've played both within the past month, and I'm not naming records that don't matter, but Zan and I had a much harder time against Zexus and Sardonyx, so I'm going with them. Wipes Forward and Ska Boss versus Esper and Shadow Shield. Orange, go ahead.
I'm actually gonna go with Ward and Ska Boss on this one. Esper and Shadow Shield, both pretty good players, but don't really know how that team is actually going to end up. Plus, I'm not sure if they're actually going to stay connected to every single match. So, I'm going to go with Sky Boss and Wipes on this one.
Bregan.
We were looking to test out how Esper and Shadow Shield were going to do together, and I feel like this one, and I mean no disrespect, but this is not the team I would have wanted to say to really estimate their caliber, because Wipes Forward and Ska Boss are not a team with like an established, record that you can really, say much about, because we've only seen Ska Boss in one tournament and none with Wipes Forward. So I'm going to have to say that Esper and Shadow wipes the floorboard with both of them.
Murder.
I'm going to give it to Esper and Shadow Shield as well. I think for this matchup, V1, take one guy 1v1 and be okay. So I'm going to give it to Esper and Shadow Shield.
I agree 100% with Murder. You have two dominant 1v1 players. If they can, and they are perfectly fine separating, if they can each take an opponent and keep them away from double teaming one of either themselves or their partner, I think Esper and Shadow Shield will come out on top every time. So that's my pick. And of course, our bye, Mr. Murderer himself, constantly getting buys, and ST War Machine. So they will neither lose points or gain points for the first round of Swiss. They will have a 0-0 record going into round 2. The final topic that I have to bring up is, because we have 15 teams, an uneven number, we have to have buys in the 4 rounds of Swiss. Buys are not good, guys, so don't be hoping for one. The whole point of the Swiss round with the point system is to gain as many points as you can and lose as few as you can. So, you come in to get a bye and you have more losses than you have wins, that's not going to help you at all. Unfortunately, we have to have them, so best of luck to Murder and War Machine. They now only have 3 remaining rounds to make top 8.
Did you guys decide that for future rounds of buys that it'll be the lowest ranked team gets the bye?
We haven't actually discussed that. Should we do that now or make an announcement before round 2?
I mean, if it needs discussion, sure, but if that's the only method you really have, that's how it was done previously.
I think I'm good with that. How about you, Murder? Lowest? Well, I'm not sure we want to do that.
I can't hear Evolution. Just going to say that.
Go ahead, Bregan. Go ahead and explain to him.
So, Murder, basically what it would be is first round is random on who gets the bye. Subsequent rounds are the lowest ranked team. Nobody gets the bye twice, though. So if you're the lowest ranked team in round 2 and round 4, you wouldn't get it. But say, for example, you are lowest ranked team in round 2. You went 0-3 in like 12 minutes. Then you would get the bye. You would play round 3 for sure. And you are also not eligible for the bye in round 4. Your team, for example, would also not be eligible for a bye in any of the future rounds. But whoever is the lowest ranked team and has not yet received a bye is how it was done previously.
I'm okay with that if Murder is, but I would like to suggest personally, I think we should just do random team gets a bye all 4 rounds of Swiss.
It depends on, because I mean, it is a punishment one way or the other. It depends on if you want to leave the punishment totally random every time, or if you want to punish someone for poor performance, which, I mean, it is a tournament.
It's up to Murder. I'm on the fence.
Well, I'll talk about it with you after this. I can't really. My mic's not working too well right now. So I
Okay.
can't actually hear the conversation very well. I'm sorry.
All right. So to recap, majority has voted War Dog and Daffy, OG and Doom, myself and Xanxus, Ebony and Kanye, Orange and Snowrise, Zexus and Sard. Actually, I believe that was a tie, 2-2. Shadow and Esper, and that is it for our first round matchups, guys. Get them done within 8 days. If you need anything whatsoever, contact myself, Murder, or Bregan if neither of us are available. Any questions, follow the rules as far as lagouts go. If you have issues, contact one of us. We will talk to you. Have a great night, and thank you so much for joining us in, or tuning in.